Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my ass videos. Today we'll be talking about my opinion of the Jeff rework. Please note my secondary main before the update was Jeff, where I accumulated over 6,000 lore points before update. Before we get into it, please share your opinions in the comment section below. Now let's get right into the video. So in today's video, we'll be looking at a clip of me explaining my opinions on stream. Go check out if you want. My discussion with people, and the final verdict about the Jeff rework. Let's start off with the clip from yesterday's stream where I explained my opinions about the rework. Why is Jeff kind of less good now? Jeff it has neither been nerfed or buffed, and nothing's gonna get reverted because then most of the fan base prefers this. But it's not a nerf or a buff. It's like it basically nerfs his damage and nerfs his burst healing, but kind of buffs his healing. It's weird. And like, the only thing that makes me mad is that so many kids, especially DPS, are deciding not to learn how to play differently or to play characters that don't get countered by these people, because then everybody is not OP in this game. Everybody is pretty balanced. People just need to learn how to play against them, and instead they want to cry to their devs and just, yeah. So can diddy him now, yeah. And like Squirrel Girl can diddy him. People who deal burst damage like Bucky, Storm, people like that. And it has less DPS potential. I will say that he does. I really don't care for the nerf. Like, I didn't think he needed a balance or like a rework. And I don't feel like it changed his playstyle. And like, the annoying thing is that Shark has to come up to breathe air for some reason, and Shark needs to the heal bot. And like, my muscle memory is like, oh, I can push people with bubble, and I don't have to immediately heal myself because I burst heal. But that's not the case. Like, if I feel like I won't get damaged that easily and only one person can damage me, and it'd be hard for them to damage me, I have at least 0.1 to 0.2 seconds extra than usual to go down and click a bubble. But now, you just have to immediately, and even then you might die. Really, before you engage in fights, you need to place down a bubble. Especially if it's a 1v1. Because then it's now healing over time. Which I thought I'd be happy for. It's not as bad as I thought, and it's not... At first I thought it looked good, and then I thought it looked bad. Either good or bad, in my opinion. Except the Shark needs to come up and breathe air. I feel like at this point, I'm not blaming Netties, but like, it's become at the point to where people get changed due to people being able to scream the loudest. Whoever screams the loudest is the verdict that Netties takes. And I understand how hard developing is. Because then I've spent 5 years learning coding, and yet I'm still ass. So like, yeah, I don't blame them. It's just that, and it's hard to listen to the whole community. It just feels like they targeted Jeff because then, like, they're starting to try to add more DPS healers. Because then it's not, the role is support, not healer. It doesn't mean that they have to be heal bots, but the fan base does think. I feel like the fan base just needs to learn who counters who and not to just scream out, oh, this character needs to be nerfed. Because I have a fair share of characters that I want to be nerfed. I understand that I don't want to nerf somebody that somebody else enjoys. Because then that's unfair to them, and Nice has already done a good bit of balancing to the game. And the game is already pretty balanced, it's just that some characters counter others. But then every character has counters. Everybody is OP in certain aspects, meaning nobody is OP, because then everybody is OP in certain aspects, and to certain characters. So you just need to learn a different playstyle to be able to not get countered, or just play somebody else when you're playing against a comp. And that's what people need to learn. If you're getting destroyed, it's like also your fault, not just their fault. Like, if I place a bubble like before the update, I could place a couple bubbles and they would live. Like, there's no point in placing bubbles because then it takes so long to activate. And then I would think, yes, wait. Yo, like, I don't understand how I'm dying. It's because of the Squirrel Girl. And I hate Squirrel Girl. But I can't blame Squirrel Girl because then she has her fair share of counters as well. And I hate Squirrel Girl. I hate Squirrel Girl players and Squirrel Girl lures. And then she's literally the embodiment of no skill. But other characters can be considered that. I don't want her to get nerfed, but I don't want her to get buffed. And a nerf and a buff may mean a nerf to somebody else because it might change somebody else's playstyle. It really depends on the person. Like, Squirrel Girl's really scary for me at this point because I can't burst heal. Okay, like, that was my fault, but you see how much I'm dying because of the Squirrel Girl? Like, I've died every single time to the Squirrel Girl, I think. And that's because she has so much burst potential. And I can't do much against that burst potential. I had to use that to cancel my... I feel like my number one counters are, right now, are Storm and, well, everybody really counters. There's already a lot of counters for Jeff, who's one of the most counterable people. Alright, now it's time to talk about the next part of the video. Let's just first check if my mic's working, because last I have to re-record this, which is very fun. Hello? Okay, I think it's working. I'll probably leave this in, because why not? Hello? Okay, I think it's working. So I was talking in Raven's video. I think you should go check him out. He has Jeff content. It's pretty cool. I feel like this really sums up my opinion. Anyways, let me just start off from here. My perception at East went from, wow, a dev team who listens to their player base, how refreshing, to a dev team who listens to whoever screams loudest in the player base. I'm a healer, Jeff, and even I hate what they've done to him. Spraying enemies isn't as fun as shooting them, and his bubbles feel worse without the burst heal. I can't get back to my team quickly because of the swimming changes. The knockback is rarely useful. One time I tried to knock back a Scarlet Witch Ult, but instead of pushing her back, it pushed her to the right of my group. He almost died because of it. They could have nerfed his survivability and observed the effects for a while, and they desperately wanted to appease all the Jeff haters. Okay, and then I responded to this. Where is it? It's in my comments. I was one of the OGs, but it's nowhere to be found. That's totally true. I still believe that Nice is a dev team and actually cares. As game developing is hard. As someone who has coded for 5 years and made little to no progress, I respect these devs, and it's hard to please everyone. I don't believe that they should mess up characters for some people because others don't like them. As a healer main, my first thought is that all dives and Bucky need to be nerfed. This isn't true. They struggle in situations just like me. The devs have the game balanced in a good way, and yet the fan base decides they need to nerf someone because they have fought a good Jeff or something that or played somebody that got countered by him. Jeff isn't godly strong, and he isn't a throw. I can say this as I'm a 6,000 point Lord Point Jeff prior to the rework, and I'm just playing in. The fan base is mixed that he's too OP and he's a throw pick. So, like, if everybody's saying either or, I feel like that means he's not godly, and I don't think that means that he's amazing. So, that's my opinion on it. I don't think it's the dev team's fault, but the fan base itself. If instead of screaming that someone is too OP, change your strategy against their character, or change who you're playing. I do believe that the previous Jeff was better, and it's way less fun to play him, but I really don't care too much. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's not good. It's either a buff or a nerf. It's just a rework. Anyways, imagine anybody actually reads this. At least 5 people liked it, so. And somebody commented to me here. At Agent Rip. Quite bold of you to ask Rivals fans to grow up while Jeff hater haters scream like toddlers instead of swapping. As someone who wasn't amazing with the animation cancel stuff with the bubbles, I would always get shredded by units like Loki and Mr. Fantastic while I was playing Jeff. The devs did have a good idea in buffing strategist damage to help counter dive and balance comp rank, lose and gain. But almost immediately after, they do this, taking away Jeff's survivability and enjoyment, making it so that he has to sit still and get his team to sit still and stat farm. There's no motivation for DPS and tanks to learn how to position. Since the devs just keep making strategists more and more full healers, so the tanks and DPS can blame their healers for not out healing a 1v6. I think one of the reasons why Jeff isn't a complete throw in Season 2.5 is the devs are very determined to off the die meta in favor of the poke meta. So if the other team doesn't have flyers, you don't feel pressure from the other team. I just feel I just don't feel like I want to be bullied by my own team and the other team and live in Spawn, especially when most of the fun was drained from his character. At Vertices, I don't know how I pronounce that. That's true. They should have called them healers. I'm just saying it's not all the dev team's fault, but these sensitive people that need to grow up. I try my best not to care if something is OP because I know if I play it right or if I play a different character, it isn't OP. These toddlers prefer just to nerf characters that people like us love. Now there are gonna be not true Jeff players, just looking for stat farming and heal botting. Those who scream for this rework calling it a buff and start playing him to heal bot pisses me off. I just say I'm just saying I don't think it's entirely the dev team's fault, and it's not as bad as I thought it was. That I feel like this is what sums up my opinion. So, yeah, my final verdict about this update is that I neither hate nor enjoy the new Jeff. That makes me sound like not a true Jeff, but I think I did prefer the previous one. It's like I hate that they decided to change it because then it's like just easier to follow the fan base and just like yay, just like yeah. Everybody wants this, but not everybody wanted it. It's just Jeff. This isn't gonna get reverted because there's a small this Jeff players is way smaller than the rest of the community. So, yeah, I don't think they're gonna revert it, no matter what. And now there's Jeff players that are gonna play him because of the heal bottom. So it's really unfair, and I don't like it, but I don't dislike it. So I think they should have did this to him. He didn't need this. I really don't think he needed this. And they also nerfed Cap, they buffed Squirrel Girl, stuff like that. I don't like that. I think it's already perfectly balanced. The game's pretty balanced already. You don't need to keep on balancing them. Just make sure the characters you're adding are balanced. Because, yeah, we don't want them to be. It's not like a tower defense game where every time a new character is added, they need to be better. Because then it gets boring if it stays the same meta. This is a game that every character needs to be balanced, and NetEase just listens to those who scream the loudest, which is annoying. But it's hard to be a developer, so I don't blame them. Anyways, thanks for watching my ass video. Please share your opinions in the comment section below. See ya.